What's good, world? It's your guy, Sterling Starks. This time, I'm back at you with a brand new show. This show is called Did You Know? Now, did you know, the premise of Did You Know was pretty much of things you might have heard about, but you probably didn't know. Now, this episode is all about the MCU's number one secret film that you probably didn't know was originally its first billion dollar franchise, and that's the Men in Black series. That's right, y'all. I don't think you knew, but did you know that Men in Black is actually a Marvel Comics property? Stan Lee bought the property back in 1994 before the first film came out. Now, I know a lot of people say that X-Men and the Spider-Man films and all the early 2000s, late 1990 films, Blade especially, Blade definitely opened up doors. I kid you not, for films like Daredevil and Ghost Rider, and of course The Punisher, to proceed and make history at the box office. I feel like those films, good or bad, they make ways for films like the MCU films that we have today that are just astonishing cinematic masterpieces that are $1 billion all the way. But did you know that that wasn't the first one? That's right. This little pug right here, Frank the Pug, is actually the star of the first MCU $1 billion franchise. It's not the Avengers, y'all. It's actually Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones's The Men in Black. So the Men in Black comic book was actually created by Lyle Cunningham in March of 1990, also with his partner Sidney Carruthers. Lyle was the creator and Sidney was the illustrator, and they were bought out by Aircel Publishing, Aircel Comics, which is pretty much known for very graphic and wacky type of comics. However, Aircel wound up being bought out by Malibu Comics, and eventually Malibu Comics was wound up being bought out by Marvel Comics, which owns the rights to the original Men in Black comics. Now, fun fact with the Men in Black comics, they're different from the films because, as you can see, both the leads in the comics are white, and the movies is African American and a white dude. So dope that the movie was so good that they had to change the actual comic to the Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones characters for now on for the rest of the comics, man. Listen, I love the series, man. I really do. They have the greatest characters. It's just quirky. It's super New York, as well as it's action-packed, full of just amazing costume design. Shouts out to Rick Baker, man. You know, he's a legend. He worked on Coming to America, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, all this other stuff, man. Yeah, as you can see, the franchise itself was just dynamic, man. You got Talking Dog, you got Frank. The fact it was able to go around the universe, it was a universal film, man, no pun intended. The fact that it was about space, it was about travel, it was about galactuses, it's about, letting us know that we're not the only being on this planet. The original characters from the comic books, Zed and J and K, they are in the film, as well as other nice characters that are provided within the film as well. Now, this dude right here, Edgar, to me was the craziest villain that it ever came out with. And I know in part 3, that's when time travel came in. Great effects and great graphics. Yet, what made the film so epic was the chemistry between Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. The franchise is so dope, even had a Saturday morning cartoon that's still a banger to this day. Look, man, if you grew up my generation, that's one of the most talked about, hyped up cartoons that ever come out of WB, just Saturday morning cartoons lineup. Man, this franchise is so exclusive and lucrative to Sony that they tried to get a crossover between Men in Black and 21 Jump Street. I'm glad they didn't have that happen because that would have been weird. All 3 of the films are good. That 4th film is definitely on that Like Mike 2 status. Like just pure basuda. Please don't. Only thing good about the last film, International, was this guy right here, this character. I wish that they would have neuralized all the people that made that and just went back with the original, which is Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. Man, without them, there's really not a Men in Black. They tried. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the second one. The second one, to me, was the funnest one because it had amazing alien characters, just amazing comedy, man. The third film, to me, had the best story because not only did it go retrospect in time, they had a great villain, great plot. Jay got to work with Young K. I thought that was cool. My man Frank the Pug wasn't there, but they had a cameo, so I'm glad he shouted that out. Anyways, Marvel Comics very slept on Men in Black. I don't know if y'all knew that Men in Black was a Marvel comic, but if you don't know, now you know. The first film out of all of the Marvel comic films was Men in Black, the most successful franchise to come out of that. They are the reason why Marvel Films is the way it is today. If you didn't know, now you know. Hey man, it's your guy Sterling Starks. Like, love, subscribe, and once again, I'll see you next time. Peace.